Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Trading Crypto this week. And as always, we are brought to you by WEX. Now, I've been told over the weekend that I have been pronouncing this wrong. So I call it WEX, but it is WEX. So for anyone out there that wants to pronounce it, that's how it's pronounced. So let's get straight into this because it's been a crazy, crazy week. And we've had lots of, bounces across the board. And hopefully you guys can hear me. So let me know, because each week I am not able to be heard. So hopefully that is okay. I'm in a hotel in Paris. So where I leave today. So if you can't hear me, please let me know in the chat ASAP, because I'm about to go into BTC and looking at the chart. So let's jump in now. Can we see the charts? Can we? Let me add those. Add to stage. Oops. All right, we can see lots of different stuff now. You can see everything going like million leases. All right, so we are on the right chart now. Now, BTC, is this a reversal? Is this just like a temporary dead cat bounce? Are we still going down? Now, we technically got 5 waves with this little tiny wick up in this region. Which is a bit annoying, but and it is quite, we're sitting just above the 0.05, which usually means it might have another go at this point. But being as there's 5 waves, we are likely going down for a second wave and a B wave. So it will look like this is a 15-minute chart, by the way. So it's really low. B, and then coming up for a C. So that's a potential pattern here. If this is a more bullish pattern, I'll go up through the time frames as well in a moment. So if this is a more bullish pattern, that's our 1. We're coming back down for a 2. Now 2 will drop likely all the way to the bottom, come up to either the 618 or the 786, come back down, hold that 1, and then a continuation up. So that is most likely. So when we're looking at that A wave, so hang on. I'll show you some fibs. Now, most likely it will go A wave, coming back down. That's our A wave, sorry. So that's our 1. Normally a B wave is around 0.5 or the 618. So we're kind of looking, hang on, this is not working. All right, 1, 2. So 0.5, we are looking at around retrace to about 65-ish. If we're going 618 or 786. So we're looking at about 62 to 65 if it's a B wave. And, the second wave can go anywhere from 236, depending on how bullish it is, right down and push it down to a 0.99. So we're kind of at the mercy at the moment of BTC. If it breaks down, obviously we get a new low, we go down lower. So we'll start retesting again. So the market hasn't made a decision on whether this is a bottom or not at the moment. So that's our potential. So let me take those waves off. And if we go up at the moment, we're seeing a lot of congestion in these indicators here. That is the 50, 100, and 200 MAs at the moment. So go up to the 45. We're seeing that we're starting to get a crossover, bullish momentum happening on the 45. Support of both the 50 and the 100 MA underneath. Starting to get that congestion though in those indicators, and as well. So this is the hourly. We've got support of the 50 and the 100, and we've had a bullish cross there. So that's a good sign. Let's go up to the 4 hour. So 4 hour, we are just about, we've touched the 50. So that was that wick that formed that fifth wave. So another good sign, but we need to start passing those higher levels so to change direction. And at the moment, we're still sitting underneath those indicators, which means this is still has bearish momentum for the moment, depending on if we can hold these regions. Now, the pivot on this chart that needs to be like made above is also sitting at that 50 MA, which is sitting at 73K, so roundabouts. So that's the region it needs to get above. Currently holding above the 9 and the 21 EMA on the 4 hour. So, and that's had a bullish cross as well. So that can normally trigger a lot of the AI and, you know, the bots, the algorithmic bots as well. Once the indicators start crossing, that does trigger buys and sells and keeps that momentum. So let me just make sure. Oh, thank you. Sound is perfect. Just making sure the sound was on. Now, Ethereum. So Ethereum BTC pair, this is it here, and it's had a nice bounce off support. It doesn't have, unless we've got a really, really truncated wave in this region, we might have one more down wave for Ethereum. So at the moment, we're still within this wedge pattern coming down. You can see that, or it's actually more of a channel at the moment. So unless we start getting up, moving through momentum, like I was saying with BTC, we're, you know, haven't even hit the 100 MAs at the moment. I don't have a 50 on the chart, but the 50 is sitting around this region here. So it's just tucked under the 50 SMA. So on both those charts, to gain momentum moving forward, we need to pass those regions. So that's a real thing that needs to happen over the next probably week, or else we're likely this is a dead cat bounce and we're still going down, because at the moment it's not showing a lot of momentum. Yes, we got a nice bounce. Yes, it's got above the waves. We've got a tether print. We had heaps of USDC printed, but at the moment we're still in this holding pattern. So this is Ethereum. Similar thing happening to what I showed you on BTC. When we go back down through, we can see that exactly the same. We've got congestion in those waves. We are holding the 200 MA here, and we do have that wick as well. So going to the 30-minute, again, same supports that we saw on BTC, but we do look to be rolling over at the moment on Ethereum. So the 100 and 200 have an imminent cross on the 45, and the hourly is similar, where we do have those sweeping down. So ideally, Ethereum really wants to hold kind of above it's about 2000. So above 2000, you know, that's looking quite bullish. And we've got that potential pattern where this could be an A that's formed. We're coming into a B, and then we've got a C wave. So we could be going an A, a B, and a C. And then, you know, from there, that goes down further on both BTC and Ethereum. That just means the pattern's not finished yet. And if we've got 1, 2, 3 could go as high as there, needs to hold the 1 and then continuation up. So we should hit those pivots. So that's, the more bullish momentum outlook for this, not outcast, outlook moving forward. Let me just get some levels for you. So we don't know where this B wave, whether we're doing a flat at the moment or we're pulling back. So at the moment, we're just sort of sitting comfortable going sideways. So third wave will normally go up into that 0.05, and then that 5 will hit the 786. So potentially ETH could get to about 3,100. So if this is an impulse wave. Now, if it's a C wave, we are looking probably at about 2,600 to about 2,700. If we don't get sort of momentum at that point, and when we pull back, this is the point we know whether we're in a bullish move or a bearish move. So if we get to this point here with this C wave, and then we pull back and we are looking at this fourth wave, if we break this region where we've topped, which is about 2,222, so if we break down below that region, it is then no longer an impulse. It is then a bearish wave. So that's the same for BTC once we've got these impulses complete. So if we just continue to break down and we have no strength whatsoever, like we saw in a lot of these patterns where we didn't even get a wave completion, we just got wave failure. So that takes us down very quickly. So a wave failure, basically, if we look, I'm going to go up to a daily. So we can see, we just kind of rolled over on a lot of these, and that means it's a failure. Now, we haven't reached this channel support, so that is another reason why this could be going down as well and just be an ABC. So we might just slowly sort of meander sideways for a little bit and then head down and test out that support as well. So indicators on the daily have printed a daily buy on a lot of the charts. So a lot of, I've got a lot of the algos running, and they did get a daily buy. That doesn't mean that there isn't one more small wave down though, because that often happens. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're on the USDT dominance. Let's just find that. We've absolutely smashed through my pivots, which is not ideal. We haven't hit that last one, but we're coming back down at the moment. So ideally, we want to break down below, and that would take us, higher in crypto. So USDT going down, crypto going up, and then opposite, obviously, when the USDT is going up, everything in crypto is going down. So this is a really good chart to watch and to keep an eye on. But at the moment, it's just not being nice. It's not playing nice at all. Now, BTC dominance did break down out of this channel, and I did say that would potentially happen. Now, we want to hold around the sort of the 56 mark, and that will then take BTC higher. If not, dominance will keep decreasing, and it should come down to about 48. That also means price will come down at that point as well. So that's something to watch. Crude oil is another one that has just potentially hit a wave 1 or this B wave. So again, once we pull back into this wave, we kind of know where this is going and whether there is a lot of war about to start. So this chart usually shows major uncertainty in the market, and that focuses around the economy and wars. So yeah, we don't want this to break out, because that will mean that the market continues to have instability around it. And the VIX was looking quite stable. So we haven't had any major moves on that. So that's a good indicator as well. As I've told you guys, a lot of the times that we know we're in an imminent crash if the VIX starts moving, and it really is not. So that's why this might be just sort of a mid sort of pullback at the moment, and we've got one more top to come. So if we go, I'm going to go up to a monthly on BTC, because, looking back, and everyone continues to look at this, we saw a 56% pullback in May in 2021, and then a continuation up, and we got a new all-time high to that 69K mark. There's no reason why this chart can't continue up. We've had a strong bounce off the monthly 50 SMA. We haven't crossed down on the 9 and the 21 yet. So monthly is still not completely bearish. It's still just showing that this is a correction. Even though it looks really ugly, that's what crypto does. So, and this is a good pullback to the 618. So it did break the super cycle pattern. That is not on the cards anymore. I don't think we're going like to those mega figures right now. Institutions came in. That is a result. We had JP Morgan selling billions of dollars of crypto. So and that's kind of what happened. So they're in it to make money. They don't care about my super cycle or CZ's super cycle or anyone else's super cycle. But this pattern is intact at the moment, where potentially we could come up and retest, depending on what timing it comes up. If it comes up around towards the end of the year, we're going to get to that 150K mark, and then we'll come back down before the halving, and off we go again. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the update. There's not a lot to happen. That's literally not much. So just be super careful when you're trading alts. A lot of them are going to be bouncing, but they're also pulling back just as quick. So whales are just like taking those bottoms out, pushing it up, and pulling it back down to levels where you guys are all getting trapped again. So just be super careful trading alts. Make sure they've got enough liquidity. Make sure you've got stop losses on all of those charts. So I will catch you next week from the UK. And I am still traveling, but I am here on X, and I'm on all the socials as usual, and of course inside getting started in crypto. So super quick one today, but let me know if you've got any questions. I always answer everything. So thanks for watching, guys.